Warning. The facts you are about to hear are based off 2 hours of researching the pros and cons of history's heroes and most controversial figures. This is Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history.
I got a fucking wall of hats right there.
Oh wow, true. But this is so weird. My voice. I haven't heard my voice like this in so long.
This is the longest break.
This is the longest break I've ever had, period, for podcasting, I think.
Wow.
Because I have my own, but then I always usually have another one nearby. You know?
Yep.
Let's check these levels. I'm a little loud.
Took 1 week off for COVID, and then Colin said, fuck it, we'll take an extra week off.
Yeah. I took 1 week off for COVID and 1 week off for sadness.
We took so we got a little 2 week vacation in. That's proper though.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going to take 1 week off, might as well take two. And that is how you podcast, fellas and ladies. Well, we only have gentlemen listeners, isn't that right? Didn't you tell me that?
100%.
For this one or for both shows?
What are we on? This is Pros and Conquerors, right?
Yeah,
Bad Boys of History?
The bad boys of history.
We have 100% men, yeah. And Wagwan with the Wagwan's going to be 100% men.
What is up, ladies? Check out the show. Let us know what you think. You haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
What is that? Judging a book by its cover?
But there is.
Do ladies not listen to podcasts?
I feel like I saw one comment that was from a woman, so I was like, maybe they're just not.
Yeah. Instagram page, we have female followers. They like the
True.
clips, but they just don't check out the episodes.
That's a little weak, you know? I hate when people do that kind of stuff. You gotta click through. Come through.
Yeah, give it a chance. At least give it one listen so that our algorithm can say that we're female friendly. Ladies don't like history?
True. Maybe that's what it is.
Because they're too busy thinking about the future. Because women are the future.
And they don't like your hair. Because they've gotten their heart broken with a guy with hair like that, for sure. For sure.
No way, man.
Man buns break hearts. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, ladies, let us know in the comment section. Why aren't you listening to the podcast? I am listening. That's how I heard this.
Can you imagine? And we're huge
In DC,
Texas.
I knew it was some. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't know why, but it was 100% in Texas.
Well,
you know why? Because we were talking about Robert E. Lee and shit near the beginning and shit. They love
Robert
that
E. Lee,
shit.
yeah. They like the American stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, okay. Maybe we'll get back to doing some American stuff. I like the world guys because it's like they did some bigger stuff back in the day, but
way back.
But we did start this based off the statues being torn down. Now, the guy that we're going to talk about today, he didn't have any statues torn down. Actually, they made a TV show about him, and I think they put it on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, Suleiman the Magnificent. It used to be like a Turkish TV show for years, and then I don't know if it's on Canadian Netflix, but when I was watching facts about this guy, that was one of the things they said. He had like a pretty successful TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Who are we talking about?
Well, today, guys, with everything going on in the Middle East, we decided to look a little deeper into the history, a little before Israel even existed. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, I think before everything.
Technically,
because this guy had reign of like what we think.
This was in the 1500s. There was a little empire called the Ottoman Empire, and they weren't actually little. They were the largest empire since the fall of Rome. Huge empire, the Ottoman Empire. And I looked into who was like that dude, who was the Sultan of all sultans, like the best guy in that reign that they had for a couple. I don't know if they had it for 100 years. They had a good little reign though. They had a couple generations of guys, but this guy was the main dude. Everyone else reign lasted maybe like 20 years. This guy had a 50-year reign, and it was a magnificent reign, and that's why they called him Suleiman the Magnificent.
Is he
I before E, except after C, and except after in Suleiman? He spells it Suleiman. Man, Suleiman.
Did you have that prepared? You're like, I'm gonna say that. You're like I before E, bro.
I kept seeing guy. Every time I was reading about him, I was seeing E before I, and it was fucking with my head.
Like you had dyslexia.
Yeah, man. So have you heard of this guy?
No.
No, neither have I.
No.
I've heard of the Ottoman Empire, but I never knew like who was their Genghis Khan, who was their Julius Caesar. You know what I mean? Like obviously they have great leaders.
And I've never heard of the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, you never even heard of the Ottoman Empire?
Never. I've never even heard those words said together. Because I always think of an Ottoman. That's my only introduction to
Okay,
that
where
word.
do you think Ottoman Empire started from? Because I think it's Turkey, but I'm not 100% sure.
Where did it originate?
Like
where's it spreading?
Like
from?
who's the roots of the Ottoman Empire? Yeah.
I want to say like whoever would be like next to like Sumerians, like Assyrians.
Syrian?
Not Syrians, Assyrians. They're different. It's like a different.
Okay, because Suleiman, he took over Syria, so I know they didn't start there, but that's one of the places that he took over. He at the beginning of the 17th century, the empire contained 32 provinces. I don't know. Oh yeah. Modern. Okay, so they were the modern. They started in Turkey. Turkish.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you said there was a Turkish show. Because I was like, yo, isn't that such a dry show? Like, why would you want to watch that? But if you're Turkish,
yeah. Same way, like
want to watch that.
Genghis Khan still has a giant statue in fucking Mongolia, even though he raped and pillaged half the world. You know what I mean?
I'm watching a Genghis Khan show all day.
Oh, definitely. I like the show about his grandson, Kublai Khan, Marco Polo. You watched it yet?
No, you keep telling. I forgot. You text it to me or something.
It's a great show.
I keep forgetting about that.
Marco Polo. It's about Kublai Khan's reign. Anyways, much like Kublai Khan, Suleiman, similar type of ruler in my opinion, like took over for a more brutal ruler. His dad's name was the Dreadful. So you can tell. You know what I mean? Oh, that guy was dreadful. Now this guy's name was the Magnificent. So you could tell just based off their nicknames in history, one after the other, it went from the Dreadful to the Magnificent.
Really?
His dad was the Dreadful. His dad's reign was only
his dad was the Dreadful.
His dad's reign was only like 8 or 9 years. He basically like, okay, so when their dad died, he killed all his male family members to make sure that he could be the king. I'm talking about his dad, the Dreadful.
Oh, he did that.
He did that, and then he only had one son. Like he didn't make a bunch of sons. Like so, his only son was Suleiman. Because I guess he thought forward, and he's like, well, I don't want my son to have to kill a bunch of people, so I'll just let him be the one.
Wow, that's so crazy.
So his dad's name was Suleiman, and he had nicknames like Suleiman the Grim, Suleiman the Terrible, Suleiman the Dreadful, and his enemies called him the Devil Incarnate. He was a fucking bad boy.
So, what else are you gonna call his son but Magnificent?
I know. Now you are listening to Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history, and it sounds like now we should be talking about Suleiman. What a bad boy. We'll have to circle back on him, but Suleiman was the premier emperor or sultan of the Ottoman Empire. That's why I wanted to look into this guy.
And the Sultan of Sultans.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So like I was saying, comparing him to Kublai Khan, you haven't seen the show yet, but like Kublai Khan is known for letting a bunch of all religions and stuff under him, and letting and being very like about culture. Like, okay, let's see what kind of art these guys have, what kind of poetry these guys have. So a lot like that. That's why Suleiman reminded me of him a lot. He surrounded himself with painters, musicians, and poets, and he loved fashion and like, you know, when other people take over kingdoms, like they're taking like their gold, their this, that.
Yeah, of course.
His big thing was like he wanted to conquest over people that had good like fabric and shit. If they had good linen and silk, he's like, we're gonna go take that place. Yo.
He wanted that drip.
He was mad drip.
He's a hype beast.
He was a hype beast. He loved fashion, yo.
I like this guy. I love fashion too. That's why I got this shirt on.
The Magnificent comes out silk.
That's the first.
You see my linen?
You see this linen, nigga?
This is Egyptian cotton.
You know how many niggas had to die for me to wear this right here?
So, right when he took over, he was like, he knew his dad was a fucked up guy. So he emptied the prisons. Straight up, everyone that was in prison, he just let them out.
Really?
Yeah. He emptied his father's prisons, and he fired corrupt politicians. Maybe he only emptied the prisoners that were like there for his dad's reasons or whatever.
Yeah,
because it said he emptied his father's prisons.
Okay. Wow, his father had his own prison. They're like, you got this one here. He's like, but this is for motherfuckers who just fuck with me solely.
Yeah. Exactly. Let them all out. He fired corrupt politicians, and he paid his bodyguards handsomely because he probably knew, like, he's like, yo, there's gonna be some people that want to clap back after this.
He's like, I've done some shit, guys.
I just let that guy out of prison and fired the politician that put him there. But yeah, so they compare when he got out. They said it's a gentle lamb succeeding from a lion, like compared to his dad, like the way he was taking over. So it seemed like life would be pretty peaceful under Suleiman, but he still wanted that loyalty, like everyone does. So he demanded loyalty every subject in the kingdom, and if you didn't pledge your like you couldn't even think about it. Like if you took time,
no,
dead.
You're not taking time because then you're thinking about it.
Yeah,
you're like, do I, don't I? You don't see the drip.
Yeah,
you're not rocking with it. You're dead.
I know.
That's it.
I came here in fucking alligators. This guy's
literal alligators, just full alligators.
I'm walking with alligators on my feet, and you think I'm not gonna have them bite your head off? Fucking yeah. So any rebellion was squashed quickly. Like he's just like, nah, we're not fucking around. Loyal to me or out.
Yeah, he's like, this can get real like my dad in a second if you guys need it to.
Yeah,
that's what you guys want.
He's willing to kill.
Yeah,
but at the same time, he was better than his dad so far. That you know what I mean. They were liking him.
Yeah.
They're like, he's this guy's sick. He just dresses nice and wants us to say we like him. I'm down. So it's interesting because he had a childhood slave, obviously being a prince, whatever. But he trusted this guy so much that like that was like his main advisor.
Okay.
So slave turned friend ended up making him prime minister. So he was that
the slave.
He turned his slave into the second most powerful guy in the kingdom.
He's a gangster.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom.
So it was all good. Like he's like, this guy's my buddy. Like he's not gonna let me down. He's still technically a slave. Like every if you have to pledge your loyalty or you're gonna die in a second, like pretty much everyone in the kingdom is a slave in their own way.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, to a king, everybody's pretty much just like, because he can just call up anybody and be like, suck my dick.
Yeah,
do this.
Exactly.
Do
so everything was good with that until his slave got a little too big for his boots, and he started like he's like wanting people dead, like based off his own personal you know what I mean, like
if he's feeling himself, he's
if
like,
you slighted him, he's like, I'm that dude now.
Yeah.
So he started kind of telling lies to Suleiman to be like, oh, that person we should get rid of, that like this and that. And when he got found out, like he got a couple bodies on him, like he got a couple he had a couple vengeances that he took care of, and then he got in trouble, and he was ended up getting executed.
For real?
Yeah, Suleiman had to execute his boy.
He should have just said, "Yo, I want that guy dead. Come on."
I know he shouldn't have been sneaky about it. That was the problem.
Been like, all right, you know, go ahead, kill that guy.
I don't care that you wanted him dead. I just, it bothers me that you wouldn't come to me directly and ask.
That's probably exactly what it was.
You had to be shady about it after all these years.
He's like, my nigga,
I made you prime minister. You used to fucking clip my toenails.
He's like, I killed the prime minister to put you in there.
That's crazy.
You could have just came to me.
It's nuts, yo.
Now you got to go and take off that shirt. It's a beautiful shirt. Thank you.
But that guy wasn't the only slave that Suleiman grew close with. He had a sex slave in his harem that he ended up falling in love with, and he freed her and married her. And it was some unheard of shit, but no one's gonna challenge that's the Sultan of all sultans.
Of course, they're like, that's like when your boy, everybody knows this chick's like, and your boy's just like in love with her, and you're just like, oh, how do I tell this guy?
Yeah,
I can't even say nothing to this guy right now. He's in love. Okay, whatever.
She's not like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. No, so many people were talking shit. Like, she's never even done that. She's been with like 2 guys, bro. Like, people are just talking shit, bro.
Yeah, no, so he used to tell her stories about like the way he grew up, and she was like all like looking at him like, oh my god, that's so he just fell in love with like the sound of his own voice pretty much. But no, he did trust her a lot. After that guy got killed, she was like his pretty much most trusted advisor, because he didn't seem to have like close friends other than people that were slaves for him.
For sure. 100%.
It's crazy.
That's probably how most king or like princes lived. Like, just servants or their boys. That's it. It's like, who else is, you know? Because you're not allowed to go mingle with the regulars.
You didn't see Cletus in Alabama making Jamar his most trusted advisor, though. You know what I mean?
What do you mean Cletus? Wait. What show is that?
That's not a show. I just chose a country bumpkin white name and a typical black name.
I swear that happened in The hillbilly show. Beverly Hillbillies.
There's probably a Cletus in Beverly Hillbillies.
I feel like there's a Jerome too. That's why you tripped me out. I'm pretty sure there was. Yo, when's that show getting canceled?
Beverly Hillbillies? Is it offensive?
Probably. I can't even remember, but I just assume.
Like who's offended by it? Hillbillies? They're like calling us hillbillies.
That's true. Yeah, because we're making fun of white people. So
yeah, it's all good.
Fuck them.
Anyways, yeah, no. There's something about these emperors that took over years ago. Like, just another comparison to that Kublai Khan guy. He made Marco Polo was his slave, but he made him like a trusted advisor too, because he's like, I like the way you look at stuff and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I like the way you see the world.
Yeah.
So you can be my eyes and tell me stuff. Now this guy, he's fucking whores in the haram, and he's like, I like the way you do that. Let me make you my most trusted advisor.
Yeah, he's kind of just like this whoever's close. But that's what like super rich people usually want. They just want somebody who's just regular, down to earth, and like, you know, chills with them, and like doesn't upset them.
Yeah, just listen to me talk and just laugh at my jokes.
That's all they're looking for.
As a conqueror, he went to a lot of battles himself. He had a lot of success. He had the strongest, most loyal army in the world at that time. Like everyone was like, it was a feared and very loyal army. And his thing that made him so successful that like they changed the course of history a little bit. Like cannons existed, but they used cannons like crazy. Like they made so many cannons. Like when they rolled up on you to take over your kingdom, it was mad cannons. You're standing at the fucking gate with your sword ready to fight. All of your sudden you're like, why aren't they coming towards us anymore?
Straight drive-bys, eh?
Yeah, straight up. This guy was the drive-by king. So, yeah, he took over a lot of places during his time. He had a lot of names too. He had as many kingdoms as he had names. They say Sultan by the grace of God, the King of Kings, the all-powerful King of Persia, the King of Arabia, the King of Syria and Egypt, the Prince of Mecca.
Ooh.
I wonder why they called him the Prince of Mecca. Everything else, he's the king.
I don't know. Maybe because like Mecca itself is like a
Mecca's too powerful
thing. Maybe
like the king of Mecca is Allah.
Allah. Yeah. True. That's what that would be.
Yeah. There you go.
Pretty much.
The master of Jerusalem and the ruler of the universal sea.
Wow. See how he paid the respect to Mecca, and then he's just like, nah, I'm master of Jerusalem. Don't even watch that, dog.
Ooh.
He's like, I'm master over there.
Interesting. That's a little disrespect there,
right? He's like, I'm just a prince over here, though.
Oh, you can practice your religion, but I'm the master of Jerusalem.
Just so you guys know, I don't know if you guys knew.
So that's what was going on in Jerusalem in the 1500s, guys. If you want to compare it to what's going on today, we won't talk about it though. You know what I mean?
That's fucking That's a weird, and it's so odd. So wait a second. So Jerusalem existed, but Israel didn't?
Jerusalem existed, yo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jerusalem was a place in the Bible. Israel was a concept in the Bible, I think. I think. So now I'm not an expert on this, and it's such a touchy subject right now that I better fucking learn more before I talk about it.
But fucking that's why it was a big deal that Trump named Jerusalem the capital of Israel. Okay, that's why, because it's always been there. That's why.
Yeah, but Jerusalem's mentioned in both the Torah and the Quran, from what I've been told.
And the Bible too, no?
And the Bible too, yeah. Jesus rolls through there.
So that's the real place to go. I want to go to Jerusalem.
Not right now, you don't. You better wear a helmet at least. You better wear an iron. What is that thing called? The iron shield, Iron Dome. What is that?
Their Iron Dome?
Yeah.
Their Iron Dome is fucking like if you shoot a missile, it just blows up.
It just blows up. Like how? What the fuck?
It's
what
like
is it?
Like what basically happens is it's like there's not I guess
there's not an actual dome,
but like every time a missile comes, there's a counteracting missile. It's like missiles that just see missiles.
Wow.
My boy actually posted a video, like he's just chilling at night and he's just like filming it. It's just like poof, poof.
He's there right now?
Yeah, he lives there.
That's crazy.
It's just like fireworks.
Is he scared?
Nah, not all. He's just taking the video like, oh, just trying to get a good view. Like he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I saw a video on Instagram of these girls that were like hiding beside their car because like the missiles were coming in, but then The missiles were just getting stopped in the air.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they just get stopped.
It's
But
crazy.
it's like one of those things, like, you know, like you'll get into like a self-driving car right now, but you won't like fall asleep. You'll be like, nah, I gotta hold on to this wheel. That's why they were hiding in the car. They know it's gonna blow up, but they're like, hold on a second, just in case.
Yeah. It's like when you're on the glass floor at the CN Tower.
Yeah,
and sometimes
exactly.
you walk
Like,
on the metal pieces just because you're like, okay, I'm not gonna actually step on the glass.
I don't want to be the first person to go through this shit.
Exactly. You got to be a little careful.
Yeah, it's an Iron Dome. The United States is I believe they're responsible for the technology.
Yeah,
of
I
it,
heard it was made in like.
but don't have their own, or maybe they do.
I think they have their own.
Yeah.
I think they got their
And
own.
they don't talk about it, I guess.
Yeah. Why? We don't talk about it. Be about it. You know what I mean? Fucking roll up
True.
with your cannon.
That should be on every United States license plate. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but back to the old empire here, not the new one.
Yeah, right.
So only a fraction of his subjects were Muslims. Like most of them were Jewish and Christian and Protestant. Like because of all the places he took over. He took over a lot of Europe. He took a lot, like Central Europe, fucking North Africa, and then he had like the Middle East as well. But
Really?
yeah,
Holy fuck! I thought this was just like that Middle East region.
no, he had
Europe too.
yeah, and North Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he started in Turkey, so Turkey's like right on the edge of Asia and Europe. So he probably went out a little bit this way, went out a little bit this way, went a little bit down.
Wow.
He wanted everything, But so basically, his thing that he said was to force a religion on an old culture is the surest route to a rebellion. So he never forced religion on anyone. Like he's just like, do your thing, but he still he wanted to make laws that were like respectful to Allah. So it's like, but without offending other fucking religions and cultures. So they say he was a genius lawmaker in that way. Like just the laws that he made just made everyone get along pretty good. Like he lowered like taxes. He made trading between like this city and that city like was like very easy. So he set up a way that everyone could make more money. So he actually made like the richest kingdom in like history at that time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I had no idea it was into Europe too. We say North Europe?
Central Europe.
Sir, what's Central Europe?
So that's
what is
like
that now?
Okay, let's look on a map.
I wonder what that is now. That's so weird.
Yeah, let's look.
Wild boy. All the way in Europe.
Empire. Oops.
Yo, is that his hat?
Yeah.
Yo, we gonna act like this nigga didn't have dreads in it? He's wearing the fucking a Jamaican guy hat.
It's like a turban.
Well, he got a Jamaican guy.
Same way in Aladdin, the fucking Jasmine's dad has a big Sultan hat like that. Okay,
But that's a turban.
So this is
looking at.
We're looking at. So that's Egypt over here. That's Turkey over here. There's what's that? Kenya, fucking
Kenya.
We need to see it.
Wow,
We need to
this
see
is
on a
so
better
weird.
map.
And you know what? With those laws you're talking about, like it makes so much sense. Like kings don't give a fuck about religion. Like in reality, like royalty, they don't care about that shit.
What?
Like they don't care about religion. They're like, well, like as long as everybody is
loyal to me,
yeah, like,
I
like do whatever.
Make me your god. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like wink, wink, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge. Like that's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I don't know the names of these places, so it's hard for me to.
Let me see. Istanbul. What the fuck roads?
This is hard to. This is a hard map to read. Come on.
Wow. So he was everywhere.
But he was, he was all over. So he went. Yeah, that's Hungary up there. He had Hungary, Syria. Yeah, he was. Guys, look on a map what he controlled.
Wow. So that makes so much sense because like people I don't know how he went through there in terms of like, laying out seeds and shit. But those people, they're known to be like darker Europeans, Hungarian people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they have the pale people, obviously, always. But like a lot of them are like super dark.
Yeah, they had. So it
Like
must have
Kardashian
been
dark.
a lot of diversity mixing through the kingdoms because you probably bringing some people from Africa up, probably bringing some people from Europe over to fucking Asia, everything. Everyone's mixing both ways because yeah, like I said, the trading, he made trading amongst the kingdoms like a very if you're in his kingdom, like you have good rates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
and the slaves, bro. He's probably just bringing slaves everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
Slaves are probably wiling. They're probably like, yo, my new friend is a baller, and he doesn't rape me.
Yeah. He's like, yo, he made his last slave prime minister, so I'm gonna hang out and like pour him tea for a little bit.
I'm chilling.
You know what I mean? Like, it seems like you got a good path to excellence at this fucking organization.
I'm dressed like Amigo right now, and I'm getting to serve tea.
People were going for job
level.
interviews as slaves. They were applying, handing in their application. Like, I'll work for free.
Whatever you need.
Give me a place to sleep and give me some food.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, this is one guy that you want to be a slave for. Yeah, so he made laws from big things like wages to small things like how much fruit should be in a pastry. He made a law on that.
Fucking right.
Shopkeepers, no, there's no fucking around in his kingdom. Like, yo, if you're serving a pastry in my kingdom, that shit better have just the right amount of fruit.
Because you know what happened? He was with his slave boy, and he bit into his thing and saw how much he had, and the slave bit into his. He saw it. He was like, this is never happening again. Ever happening again.
You're saying he was offended by his slave getting little fruit? They're like,
he didn't get enough. In his passion flaky, he didn't get enough. He was just like, what the fuck?
What is this? I just got air in this shit.
He's like, this is crazy. Slaves are out eating me out here? The fuck?
They say a dishonest shopkeeper risked public flogging. What's flogging?
Flogging is you get fucked up. I'm pretty sure that's when you get hit with like a blunt object.
You want to get flogged, bro? Where's my strawberries in this pastry?
Yo, if you go up to somebody in 2021 and you say, yo, you looking for a flogging?
Yo.
Bro, run from that guy. If some guy says that,
if I get in a beef with somebody, I'm going to be like, do you want to be publicly flogged in the streets?
You looking to get flogged right now, dog? He's going to look at you like, yo, what the fuck kind of gun is that?
I will flog you in public.
I don't have what kind of gun is flog?
Look it up. They used to do it to people in the 1500s. He'd be like, God damn.
I'm pretty sure it's like a blunt paddle type thing. They just beat the shit out of you with. I'm pretty sure, and I think you're in like one of those things, you know, when you're in the head and hand thing.
Yeah,
I think you get put in one of those.
Yeah,
and get fucked up. Oh god damn, it looks even worse.
Yeah, wow. Pretty much getting whipped in the back. Yeah,
they used to treat white people like black people back in the
day.
Damn. These are like recent pictures too.
Well,
it's still going to.
Yeah, this one's like from like the 70s. Anyway, so but yeah, he was a law-giving genius. Like that was what people really know him for in history, because other kings, they come in, they make laws, but like, you know, this guy freed his father's prisoners like right away. Like some laws were bullshit, but his laws remained for hundreds of years after he died. So like he was a respected guy. Like they're like, these laws just make sense. Like I want 6 blueberries in my pastry. Like like we're not changing that.
I don't need more than that.
Yeah, that's enough.
And
not
guess
too
what?
Much. It's not overpowering.
You don't need more than that, okay?
Yeah, we all know. We all know that's a perfect pastry. And if you want to argue about it, off with your head. You want to be flogged right now? You want to get flogged?
And the slave's behind him, like, yo. Yeah. You don't want to get flogged.
You see a slave in the background picking out one fruit from his pastry. It's like, nah, this is too much. Like I have a slave's taste. Like this is too much fruit in a pastry for me. I'm drowning in fruit right now.
Way too many antioxidants right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like how these rich people, they're gluttonous. Fucking
fuck.
But yeah, so at one time he pretty much ruled close to half the world, Central Europe, North Africa, Persia, and owned the Mediterranean, that whole area, like Greece, fucking.
Yo, he literally went to where the sexiest women are. You notice that with a lot of these conquerors, they go to where this is where the sexiest women in the world are. Central North Africa, Persia, and the Mediterranean, and where he was like in Europe, Hungarian girls. These are all the sexiest women.
Well, he ended up that whore that he fell in love with was actually a red-headed Polish girl, but they say she was very beautiful.
See, that's how it goes. You know,
he wants something different.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, and probably back then that was like a rare thing.
Yeah.
Red hair. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, is this real?
Yeah.
He's like, come here, you drip, girl.
Yeah, she was a good accessory.
He's like, I got an outfit that matches you perfect.
So. In Ottoman Empire tradition, like I said before, when the father dies, the sons fight over the throne. Suleiman didn't have to fight anyone; he didn't have any sons, but his dad had to kill like enough men. Now, Suleiman, he had 6 sons.
He did.
He had 6 sons. He had 2 older ones, or he had 2 from other marriages, and then he had 4 with the
Polish girl.
The Polish girl. That's the girl that he like. He still had a harem, and he still had 2 other wives because he was a polygamist, whatever. But that one was like his boo thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's spending most of his time with her. That's why he has 4 kids with her, and she was also in his ear all the time. So she's probably like, I don't care if you fuck other girls, just don't get them pregnant.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, because he like remember when I told you he was into poetry? Apparently he wrote like mad poems for this one wife. Like he was so sprung. So sprung, how'd you get me? And the next song is I'm in Love with a Stripper. T-Pain made both songs, and that's pretty much what Suleiman was going through, guys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is T-Pain a modern day Suleiman? I'll let you figure it out.
I was actually thinking that when you said that.
Yeah, he could definitely throw the turban.
Hat.
He could throw that up.
He wears that big hat.
Yeah.
That's some
He's got drip. He put drip on his vocals. How about that?
He did.
Auto-tune. He's the auto-tune king. He's the
I miss T-Pain, man. I really do.
Yeah, he was great.
His songs were bangers.
Oh yeah.
And he could rap.
Get the fuck out of here. I keep getting pop-ups. Anyways.
Too many porn sites, bro.
So, yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that later. On Wagwan with the Wagwan, guys. Tune in. I'm going to tell you what porn I've been watching. Anyways, so yeah, 6 sons, 4. Her name was Roxalana.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Roxalana.
Yeah.
Was that her name or was that her stripper name? Because like, what the fuck? He met her in the whorehouse. This girl's name was Roxalana. Most likely she had a different name, and he's like, no, you're still Roxalana. I met you as Roxalana, and I like that name better.
Yeah. He's like, we're putting the law on that one.
Oh yeah.
Roxalana. Yeah, that's an intriguing name. You hear that name on a pale girl too? You're like, okay, let's see what you're about.
So when he was getting older and he's getting like close to the end of his life, whatever, they start worrying about who's going to take over. So now she's mad on like, it better be one of my sons. But he had an older son from another marriage, and his name was Mustafa. And this guy, they said that he would bring like a lot of the army like respected him a lot. A lot of the subjects respected him, and they were like, he's going to bring more light to this kingdom than has ever been seen before. Like he was like, everyone was like, this guy's going to be great. You know what I mean? Like a young prospect. They're like, oh, he's going to be a sick king. Like people are getting excited about it. But Roxalana didn't like that. So she started getting in the king's ear, and she's like, oh, he's plotting with your enemies to overthrow you before you even die.
Come on.
And he wasn't. So then Suleiman invites his son to speak about it. But Mustafa's like, fuck, I don't know if I should go. Like, I'm hearing the rumors too. Like, is he going to kill me? Is this a trap?
Yeah.
But he's like, if I don't show up, then it's going to look dishonest.
Yeah.
What do you think happened?
Oh, don't say it. Come on. I think he showed up and fuck. Oh, come on. And they talked it out and everything went good.
He showed up and like two of his bodyguards went to kill him, and Mustafa fought back, and he was like almost going to get out of it. And then Suleiman like sent in like 2 more guys, and they're like, yo, hurry up, finish this up. Kill my son.
Oh, fuck.
He was just sitting there watching people kill his son pretty much.
That's fucked, eh?
Yeah. And then he, since that Mustafa was like a respected guy in the army and stuff, but he went out and he just threw his body in front of the army, and he's like, this is what happens if anyone is thinking about a rebellion.
Wow.
Like, I want to show you guys, I'll kill my own son.
And nobody was.
Nobody was. It was fucking Roxalana. You can't make a hoe a housewife.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
Can you make a hoe a housewife?
Hell no, you can't. You cannot. You can become a house husband while she strips, brings home all the money if you'd like, but she's not gonna be a housewife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She'll kill your eldest son.
Yeah.
If it suits her, that's the thing.
Bro, she's a grimy little thing. See, that makes sense. Little grimy little harem fucking lady fucking.
So this guy,
that's so sad.
As a king in history, was probably one of the most kindest to his slaves. Let's say.
Yeah.
He made one a prime minister. He made one his wife, and they both fucked him over in the end.
Yeah.
So you can't trust your slaves, guys.
Yeah, man. Fucking stop all that shit. Don't be trusting your slaves. Good God. But that's so fucked.
If your best friend is a slave, you don't have a slave. No, you don't have a best friend. That's what I meant. If your best friend is a slave, you don't have a best friend. And if your wife is a slave, you don't really have a wife.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what we learned today.
That's the life of. I feel like that's the life of celebrity. Like they don't have like any real friends.
Yeah.
They just got people who just.
Oh, wow.
They don't have any actual friends.
No matter how good you are to them, you free her, you marry her, you make this one prime minister. They still have it in the back of their head that they were your slave.
Yeah, you know what? There's actually there's a book called The 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
And it actually talks about this exact thing. They talk about how people like that you do like amazing things for will always end up having resentment towards you.
Ooh.
Always. Like you
Interesting.
because of how much you've done, they feel like they like feel lower than, but also they're getting boosted up, but also they feel like the only reason it's happening is because of you. So then there becomes like
you think you're better than me?
Yeah, then
it's
there
like,
becomes like a fight
I'm fucking
thing that has to happen.
saving your life.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's like a fight thing that has to happen between them. Usually, that's at least
So
what
don't
the 48 Laws of Power.
be too helpful. Be a little helpful. Be like, yeah, I'll help you move, but don't be like, I'll pay for your house.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't just stop at killing Mustafa. They killed his son as well. His sons. He killed so he killed his son and his grandkids, all because Roxolana got in his ear.
And they didn't even talk about it.
And one of Roxolana's sons was like he felt guilty about it because he's like, they're doing this for me, like kill my brother. Like he likes his brother.
Yeah, of course.
He ended up killing himself because he was so like upset by the whole situation.
Wow.
Because he knew it was bullshit too. He's like, my mom is like my mom is wilding right now. My mom just got my brother killed, and my nephews.
This she's horrible.
Yeah.
She's a horrible lady.
So,
she brought down the Ottoman Empire.
Well, they didn't get brought down from that, but it
would have been another 100 years if Mustafa took charge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would have been like a good,
Oh yeah, and the guy that ended up taking over apparently was known as the worst sultan in 300 years. He was just a drunk fool.
Fuck.
And his nickname was like it was like another name for like the fool or whatever, like just an idiot.
Goof. Sultan Goof.
So after all that drama, Suleiman, he became a recluse. Like he didn't really come out in public as much anymore. Like he's like, fuck, like what have I done? Like this is fucked. Like
he's like, I did what my dad like pretty much did.
I killed my own son.
Yeah,
like.
he became like his dad.
And when he was 72 years old, after being like pretty much like the last like 10 years of his life, he was like just not being too active in the kingdom.
Yeah.
But Hungary, one of his kingdoms, was like having a rebellion. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to go on one last ride. 72 years old. He's like, I'm going to battle. So he pretty much went there to die, but he didn't die in battle, but he went there and he was like chilling in his tent, passed away, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
He was like that old.
Wow.
Yeah. But he still had the longest reign of any sultan in the Ottoman Empire by like a landslide. 50 years was like crazy. Most guys didn't make it to 20.
That's crazy.
And but they hid his death for 43 days. And his advisors would forge his signature to issue orders. So like they wrote a couple last things that they're like, all right, make advisor get 12 blowjobs a day, sign Suleiman.
Yeah. They killed him.
Yeah.
For sure. He was in that tent. They're just like, you good?
Yeah.
You need a pillow?
Oh,
you just need a quick.
Like Gladiator.
You just need a pillow.
You never seen Gladiator yet?
Just hold on. You just need a pillow. That was it.
That's what Joaquin Phoenix does in Gladiator.
For real?
To his dad.
I can see Joaquin doing that.
I'm telling you, Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator is better than Joaquin Phoenix in Joker.
You can't compare the two. It doesn't even make sense to compare the two.
I can because I've seen both.
No, you can't make that comparison. That's a wild comparison. It's Joker versus what was he? Marcus Aurelius? Is that his name?
Or the son.
Something like that. But like you can't compare those two. You can't. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm comparing acting. What he made me feel.
Well, see, like different characters.
Did he win an Academy Award for Joker?
I don't know.
He won for Gladiator. He won Best Supporting.
Really?
Yeah,
but that's like,
and he was the Best Supporting.
I get. Yeah. I'm sure he was, but it was a big movie, right? Like the director, everything. The Joker wasn't the same type of thing. Like they were ready to give some Academy Awards when that movie came out because of the director that's in it, the cast. Like they were ready. They're like, this is a white Christmas. We're
talking about Gladiator right now.
Yeah. Because Russell Crowe, he's bomb.
But he wasn't that. But that was his breakout role, and that was Joaquin Phoenix's breakout. Like
what?
Wasn't it?
Nah.
Was he in Big before that?
I feel because Joaquin Phoenix has like been coming up ever since his brother like passed.
Okay. Who's his brother?
River Phoenix.
And that was
His mom was just handing out wild names.
Yeah, I don't know much about movies, so I don't know why I'm guessing on saying that was both their first big movie. But 2000, it's the first big one on his IMDb at least.
Yeah, right. But I'm sure he was in enough stuff.
Oh yeah, he's in stuff from the 80s.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was, but I think that was his. Yeah, that was his like. His
like a big amazing thing.
Yeah.
But like movies are known to be amazing as they're coming out before they even come out.
It would be like, okay, so somebody that's been let's think of somebody that's been acting since like the late 90s, early 2000s, that he's just in stuff, but he hasn't had like a breakout role yet. It would be comparable to that.
Oh, I have no idea. I can't even think. I can't even think of it. There's no one you can think of.
I'm trying to think of like a TV show that's like somebody that's in. Okay. You know what it's like? It's even actually less of a grander scale because he was huge. Zach Morris has never had like a serious drama Academy worthy war.
Yeah.
So, but he's been around. Like he's still in shows today. Like he's still doing his thing.
But like,
and then they put him in a movie where he's actually like he steals the show.
But that wouldn't be considered his breakout role.
No, it wouldn't.
Nah, they just
there's his course changing role.
Yeah, they'd be like he's back. They would call it like a resurgence.
Zach is back.
Yeah.
No, but he's back and different than ever. Like it's something else.
It'd be like
it's something.
A resurgence.
It's not a resurgence. It's
what
a
do you
fucking
mean,
whole new. It's. I used to be on a child's comedy, and now I'm fucking winning an Academy Award for my drama acting.
That's a resurgence because that kid's show was
rebranding
crazy. It was a classic.
It is a classic.
That's incredible. That show. Come on.
Saved by the Bell. We should do a Pros and Conquerors. Zach Morris. Anyways,
nah, Dustin Diamond would be the one.
Oh,
he'd be the one.
The real life guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the clips on YouTube? Zach Morris is trash.
No.
So there's a whole series going through everything that Zach Morris ever did to every episode to show
the shitty
why
things.
he's a piece of shit in every episode. It's like this is why. Anyways, that's why it would be funny. But okay, back to Suleiman the Magnificent. He was a magnificent guy. He got a lot of magnificent things done. He was pretty decent ruler for the most part. Like I like that a lot of these great rulers we talk about have the thing in common of, do your religion thing. Just be loyal to me.
Yeah.
Now, since we did away with kings, and there's a lot of bad things about royalty too. Like I'm not a fan of royalty, but since we did that, people have to fight about religion more because then it's like now let's fight over who our God is since we don't have a king.
True. But it's like it's weird because we still do have like kings, right? Like no prime minister is like, yo, you guys can't do anything like in terms of religion, right?
But
like,
no prime minister is saying pledge your loyalty to me though. They actually know that they lost, like say 46% of the country didn't vote for them.
Yeah, exactly. But once they win, it's like assumed. Like I guess they don't need loyalty.
They don't need loyalty,
which is like even worse, kind of. You're like, I don't even care if you guys are loyal to me.
Yeah, just pay your taxes.
I'm here. That's it. Like that's a little crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's something to think about. Like, would the world be better off under one king?
No,
if somebody took over the world.
If there was one,
say there was like 3 kingdoms in the world, and all the kings were like just cool with each other. Like, you got your shit, I got my shit.
There's 3 of them in the world.
Yeah. There's like the North American, South American kingdom.
There kind of is. I mean, there's Queen Elizabeth, and then there's the king. I want to say King Abdul or King Jordan. Bro, between the two of them,
he might have some fucking.
Between the two of them, they own like almost more than half the world. Between the two,
I'm thinking more like loyalty of people, like people that are like,
yeah, I don't know.
That's my king. Like you get, like the way you thank God is like you also thank the king is sick, yo. The king, like really, like he makes his kingdom so sick.
Yeah. Nah.
Like that's how people were thinking about Suleiman the Magnificent after his dad was like so hard to work with. This guy's just like, yo, say you're with me, I'm gonna get you guys fucking rich.
Yeah,
we're gonna make money and we're gonna dress nice.
He's like, we're all gonna have the same amount of blueberries and fucking pastries.
We're gonna eat great pastries. We're gonna wear nice clothes. We're gonna fuck whores and we're gonna marry them. I'm like, that's what we do. I'm setting an example.
I am in.
You go in that whorehouse and you fall in love, bro.
Bring her out.
Have 4 children with her.
Bring her out.
Kill your firstborn son and raise those sons. Yeah. Anyways, man, I think he's a
Pros and cons. I guess it's just the whole thing.
I would like to see a movie about this guy.
I was gonna say because his pros and cons are.
Who would play this guy in a movie? A fucking flashy ass Sultan.
Based on the pictures, it's hard. But the
okay.
whole time you were explaining this story, all I was picturing was that Persian king in 300 in a suit.
That's what you're picturing?
In a lime green suit. That's what I was picturing. I was like, yo.
This is who played him in a show. I don't know who that is.
Listen, I'm just going to say it real quick. We got to make him a little darker than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking the Persian 300 is like dark.
But he has like makeup on and shit, I think.
He's Xerxes.
Yeah.
Xerxes. Yeah, apparently when he was in his old age, he started wearing makeup as well.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That was
like he got when he became a recluse, he would just be like, let me just put some makeup on.
That's when you got too much time, too much money. He's just whatever, man. I'll do whatever I want.
Okay. For his movie, it would definitely be a very extravagant movie with lots of great setting and stuff because his kingdom was cool.
Roxlana.
Okay. A redhead. The first one that comes to mind is Margot Robbie. I'm seeing her as
the one that's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. That's so funny.
Just a seductive temptress.
Yeah, and you can make her hair red. She pulls off redhead.
I could definitely see her pulling off redhead.
Or actually, I change. I'll say Scarlett Johansson because she can get really dark. She's a good actor. She can get really dark and fucked up.
Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah, she can get really dark. Before all this Marvel shit, she was doing like really obscure. She would do like different types of films. Like Under the Skin is a weird movie that she's in. It's fucking odd, and she's an alien.
For a Polish girl, I'm thinking she has to be more pale though. That's the only thing.
And she is, and I think I think her background is like something like that because I know she's Jewish. I know she's European Jewish. She's Ashkenazi, so it's either Poland, Hungary, one of those places. She would actually be a good one. Because she's a little fucked up.
Yeah, I can see it.
She could pull it off.
For some reason, I was thinking a bit of a younger girl, though.
Young, but I guess because these girls are going to be young.
Yeah, for him to meet her in a fucking...
In a whorehouse.
In a whorehouse.
But she doesn't look all that old. Like, Marvel, she's like, all right, she can pull it off.
Let's not argue about how old a woman looks on this show. That's
why
despicable.
Why?
We're trying to get
female. I'm saying she looks young.
We're trying to get female listeners, and you want me to explain how old this girl looks?
I'm just saying she looks young. That's all.
Yeah,
she could pull it off.
She could pull it off, sure.
You have no idea what they do with these suits, bro. You're gonna learn, bro. What they do with these suits that people put on, they're adding ass. They're adding all sorts of shit. Bro, they're doing all sorts of shit. They can pull it off.
They can pull it off. Yeah.
But then who plays Mustafa? Because this has to be a very nice, regal. I say
I'm trying to think of like
Idris Elba.
Oh, black. You're going black with it?
That's what came to mind. I'm just saying the things that came to mind because I've been thinking about the movie the whole time.
I'm trying to think guys that have like a little bit of an Arab look to them.
You know who could? It's like one of the guys who like played Superman.
No,
one of the dudes. None of those guys.
No.
You know who Mustafa could be? You know who could pull it off? Sacha Baron Cohen.
He's
tall.
He's I can see him being in the movie, but
he looks Arabic.
Yeah, no.
He can be nice.
Yeah.
You know, like and he's super tall. He's like 6'4" or something, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yo, go down. Is that Will Smith in a?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Probably from when he played the genie in Aladdin.
True.
Anyways.
I would say that's what I'm saying with that, and then the Sultan I'm still torn on. I don't know.
This is a tough one, yeah. This guy's tough because I don't have a good library
I'm going. This is gonna be a weird movie for you. I'm going Benicio del Toro, working with Scarlett Johansson. Right, he can be the Sultan because he can go. He has levels, right, and he can seem really nice and he can go crazy if he needs to. Scarlett Johansson, Sacha Baron Cohen's the son. Because he's having sex with all sorts of chicks, so his son could look however.
I definitely change Scarlett to Margot Robbie, and then the son I don't know, but I do like Benicio del Toro as our leading man.
Right.
Having very stoic.
Yeah.
I mean, just
levels. Yeah. He has levels.
Yeah, he's great.
And then his slave, that guy, what's his name? Machete. His slave that becomes prime minister is Machete. That's great. They can work together.
That's crazy.
And then he gets killed. He can be that guy. He can be that guy that's a slave, and then he's this guy, and then all of a sudden he's a guy getting executed. He can handle that.
Yeah, that guy's might be have too hard of a Mexican accent to do it, but we'll see. Anyways, but this is I want to check out the. Well, no, I'm not gonna check out the Turkish show because I don't like reading subtitles.
I'll check it out just to see what it looks like. I probably won't get into it.
Yeah, but I would like to see this movie. So, hey, Hollywood, start tuning into the show and let us know.
Yeah, just make these movies, man.
Yeah, just make them. Just make them.
Right? Or maybe we'll start making them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Won't get any.
This movie right now. This movie would take lot of money to film because I'm just thinking setting wise.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to go to Africa.
You would need ridiculous amount of set decorating and everything.
Yeah, you're going everywhere.
It'd be crazy.
And the drip alone.
It would be magnificent.
Ooh, that's how you do it. All right.
Yeah. So that's it for us this week. Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. You can find me at jam_easy. I'm your host, James Jam Easy Cummins. And you can find Colin
at Colin's Process. Bro, I just like to say, bro, COVID did nothing to you, bro. You're back in full effect. Look at you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Look at you.
Yeah, I thought I would be more rusty too, but this turned out to be a Sully Magnificent episode. Thank you for listening, guys. And ladies. Thank you for listening, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
Hope you liked our take on whorehouses today.
On harams.
On harams.
Is that how you say it politely? Harams? Is that what that is?
You go up to a girl.
Harems?
Put on your Tinder bio, I'm building a haram. Swipe right to apply.
That's how you be polite about
it. Get in my haram. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. Rate, review, subscribe, and share. And remember to participate on our Instagram and shit and all that good stuff and blah, blah, blah. Follow us on Instagram.